I'm your pocket filler, the parlay killer, the Northside thriller. Start the broadcast, subscribe with a smash, the Gorilla Sports Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome into the Gorilla Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Bulpin. It is Saturday, September the 7th. All right, we had a ton of baseball and another sick football game yesterday. I'm a big Eagles guy, so I love that. And I know I got a couple of Packers fans watching. Ooh, your money spends so good today. I didn't actually bet Philly on any of my sites because I had enough money going with friends and family and anyone else who wanted to take some action on that. Pretty back and forth game. Don't get me wrong. No blowout by any means, but yeah, it's a great game. All right, let's recap what we had from yesterday. So we had 5 batter parlays. We ended up going 3-2, so we made some money there. Our first play is we took Francisco Lindor, and we paired that with Bryce Harper. That was a winner in the first inning for each batter. That was an easy one. Our next play is we took Luis Arias, and we paired it with Brent Rooker, and that came through for us. Then we took Vladdy Guerrero and Gunnar Henderson together, also a winner. Our loser is we took Bobby Witt, and we paired it with Lawrence Butler. And Bobby Witt was our minus 350. Butler was our minus 170. We'll get to him in a second. And then our last play, we had Brandon Lowe, who didn't play, and he got voided off. And then we took Jackson Churio. I'll never be taking him again. He went over. It was a one-time shot with this guy, but that's it. You get one shot to make the card, and if you don't make it, you're done. But it's funny. I had one of my buddies who's a big Tigers guy, a big Scooble guy, texted me saying, look, man, love your plays. You know I'm rocking with you, but I can't get down on any of these Oakland guys. He's like, no way, not versus Scooble. He's trying to side bet me and stuff. And I'm like, no. I got enough money on the players themselves. Don't get me wrong. I'm not overly confident in them, but I just said, look, Scooble's still human, and these two guys are on fire. And just to recap, Lawrence Butler went 3 for 5. Brent Rooker went 3 for 5. Scooble gave up 9 hits over 5 runs. So, boom. Couldn't have called that one any better. 3 for 5s, and you guys were scared about getting hits. Love it. All right, so we went 3 for 5 on that. My one play that I really liked that did not come through in the NFL was Christian Watson over 37.5 receiving yards. I mean, this field was atrocious. I don't know if you watched this game. It's obviously a soccer pitch and not an actual football field, so they didn't know what cleats to wear. Everyone was slipping. First play of the game for the Eagles. Barkley falls on his face. They end up kind of figuring it out as he ended up going for 3 touchdowns and about 125 all-purpose yards. So that was a monster, but he kept slipping. So they honestly stopped targeting him. So he had about 5 targets. I mean, none of them did. They really passed the ball around well. I honestly won't be taking many Green Bay Packers receivers as it's whack-a-mole. They got 4 guys. How do you know which guy's going to be it? So in hindsight, not the best play. Could have taken either of the other receivers and they would have come through, but our boy Christian Watson did not come through. We had all the different bonuses. So that was the one play. I had a same game parlay that did not come through. We took the over. We took Christian Watson, so that didn't come through. But yeah, oh man, like so many free things that I just crushed yesterday. So as far as the one same game parlay and the one play that didn't come through, but I mean, you guys got to use your boosts. So I had sweat free anytime touchdown. Use that on Saquon Barkley. I talked about that. That was a winner. Then they give you a live 50% boost on any player to score a touchdown. I used that on AJ Brown. That came through for us. What else? Oh, there was a boost on Brown and Smith to record 150 total receiving yards together. I took that one. That was a plus 160 on FanDuel. That came through. They ended up over 200 combined, so that was a monster. Then I had a 50% live bet to play, and after watching Christian Watson fall all over the place, I didn't take that. And then after they went and kicked a field goal instead of a touchdown, but I saw how well both teams were marching, I live bet the over 46.5, and I got that at a plus 140 because of the 50% boost. That sailed over. That almost cashed in the first half. That was a monster. Yeah, just so many different things, man. The live bet on AJ Brown scored a touchdown was plus 300, so that came through. Just so many. Oh, I live bet Devontae Smith after I kind of noticed how they were really using him. And actually, that crept over at the very end. It was over 80.5. He ended up with 84. So that was a little lucky, but we got there. So, again, I only had the one or two plays for the podcast themselves. I can't force you to bet your same game parlays and your boosts and all your live stuff. As you know, if we're talking or I post it on Twitter, maybe you can follow along. But you just got to kind of use. If it's free money, absolutely use it. Absolutely bet it. So you might as well. All right. I got 5 batter parlays today. Let's get into some action. That's why you're all here. Let's go. Our first play is we're going to take Gunnar Henderson to get 1 hit. Now he's going versus Pepoit. Ryan Pepoit. Pepwat? One of these. I'll figure it out by the end of the year. Now he's 2 for 3 with a homer versus Pepoit of the Tampa Bay Rays, and he's out on an absolute tear. We've been winning on him. He's back in that number 1 hole. That's where we want him. He gets the more plate appearances. He absolutely crushed the guy yesterday. He got 2 hits, ended up with a homer as well. As we said that his fastball wasn't quite fast enough for Gunnar Henderson, and he turned on one. I pretty much called that one perfectly. And we're going to pair him with Bobby Witt. Now, Bobby Witt did not come home for us yesterday, although he has some insane numbers versus Bailey Ober. Now, we're getting a good price on Witt today, too, because Bailey Ober is a stud. But Bobby Witt is 9 for 16, batting .563 for him, and he's 4 for 5 this year with a triple and 3 singles. So that is monstrous. Love those. And you get Gunnar Henderson and Bobby Witt together on the same card. Rare that happens. And we get it at a -104. Let's go. Love that play. Our next play is we're going to Francisco Lindor. Absolutely on fire. He's on a 16-game hitting streak. Won money for us about the last 4 or 5 days in a row for us. Now he's 20 for 41, batting .488 with 6 homers and 5 extra base hits versus his pitcher today. Granted, it's because they've both been around the league for forever, but I do like that. And on a 16-game hitting streak, I don't care who he's going against. That's a great look. And we're going to pair him with Jose Altuve. Now, he's going versus Eduardo Rodriguez, and he's 8 for 21 with 2 homers and a double versus him. So that's a great look as well. And we get it at a -112. So I like those 2 leadoff batters as well. I love the leadoff batters. When we're taking hit parlays, love them. Our next play is we're going to go to our boy Vladdy Guerrero. Came through for us again yesterday. 327 on the year. And I mean, this guy was like below 260 for the longest time. He's on an absolute tear. And we're going to pair him with Mookie Betts of the LA Dodgers. Now, he's going versus Gavin Williams of the Cleveland Guardians today. Now, he's 2 for 3 versus Williams. Now, he's got hits in 11 of his last 12 games. He's been on fire since coming back from injury. And actually, he's been really on fire since, I forget which team it was, but it was about a week ago. And they intentionally walked Shohei Ohtani to get to Mookie Betts. And he was kind of mic'd up, or they caught him saying it like, oh, you're walking him for me? You're walking him to hit me? Boom. Walk-off home run, wins the game for him. I think it might have even been a grand slam. But yeah, so he was a little peed off about that one. So I love these 2 guys together. You get it at a -119 when you take Vladdy Guerrero and Mookie Betts together. Our next play is we're going to Marcell Ozuna. Now, he's got a hit 19 of his last 21 games. He's going versus Jose Berrios, who has a big-time home run problem, and Ozuna is a home run beast. He's 2 for 3 versus Berrios with a home run. So we like that. And actually, the wind's blowing out in Atlanta today, so that's going to help both Vladdy and Ozuna for our hits today. Like that. And we're going to pair him with Luis Garcia of the Washington Nationals. We'll figure it out. And no, this is for game 2. Now, this is versus Mitch Keller. Now, they have a doubleheader going today. He's 4 for 8 versus Keller with 3 doubles. So I like those 2 guys together. And our last play is a beautiful, nice, juicy one for us. We're going right back to our boy Lawrence Butler. He's on a 16-game hitting streak. Now, he just put up 3 hits versus one of the best pitchers in baseball, in Skubal, as we spoke about. But he's going versus Brant Hunter, this rookie. Now, he's been pitching well, but again, 16-game hitting streak. Just came off a 3-hit night versus one of the best pitchers in baseball. And we're going to pair him with Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals. Again, he absolutely owns Uber. Bailey Ober, 7 for 16 versus Ober, and he's 4 for 5 with 2 homers and a double in 2024 versus him. And when you pair Lawrence Butler and Salvador Perez together, you get a +130. Yes, please. Now I've been in the studio and I've been in the office just grinding for plays for tomorrow NFL. I'm excited. I got a ton of plays going already. I've bet a bunch of them already, but you'll have to come back tomorrow to check me out to get my NFL plays. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I got 5 plays going today. We've been rocking and rolling all week long, and if you're rocking with me, let's roll.